Back once again for the renegade master. 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 Back once again for the renegade master.
Hello my renegades and welcome back. And what are we getting back into? We are getting back into Love Island series 11. We are now on episode 45 and it is the aftermath of the talent show, because the bullshit that is Sean and Joey continues to literally piss Josh off at the end of the day. And now we get a few more players trying to put their mouth into spaces that don't belong to them. But before we get in to this episode, as I always ask, please hit that subscribe button, please hit that notification button so you know I'm doing videos. Please comment, like, share and do all the good things that you do, because I am on the road to 1k. And let's get into episode 45, shall we? So we know that Josh will have a few words for Sean for calling him dumb and bringing things up with Mimii again. So Josh and Mimii are having a conversation, and Mimi's bigging him up in regards to his talent and saying how he smashed it. And then they both had the conversation about how rude Sean was. And Mimii basically said that she's now going to distance herself from Joey and from Sean, because she really can't deal with people like that who keep going on and keep kind to literally pick up her spirit and the spirit of the person that she's with. So she's like, yeah, hands down, push them out of my life completely. Sean is sitting there. I can't remember who he's talking to. I think he's talking to Joey, saying, I think Josh is mad at him. And I was like, well, no shit, Sherlock. At the end of the day, you keep trying to dig his girl out and him time and time again. You called him dumb. I would take offense to that. After when you were sweet to all the people up in there. Yeah, sweet to all the people up in there. And then when it got to Josh and in part Mimii, that's where you come out with your dirtiness. Yeah, I would take offense to that too. And Matilda needs to be quiet, because she needs to not tell Sean how she believes Josh should behave in the face of that crap. And that's what she was doing. She was saying to Sean, oh no, I don't think he'd be mad. He'd be very silly to be mad at something like that. No. You weren't the one that were called dumb. Yeah, because you got mad when he told you to shut up. So the Matilda needs to just shh at this point. Needs to shh. They're trying to play it off as though it was banter. It wasn't banter at all. And of course Frick comes over. So Joey comes over and he starts bringing up Josh and how he reacted that night. Josh didn't react in any kind of way. He didn't. Josh didn't even say anything. All Josh did was look. He didn't say nothing. He didn't take the sweet. He didn't do a damn thing. But yet they're trying to say that Josh reacted in a certain way when he didn't. He really didn't. Sean was lovely to Jesse in that little sweet roast. Lovely to Joey. Not so much to Jessica. Lovely to Ayo, because you know Ayo could fuck him over any way, shape or way as well. A little bit nice to Mimii, but then he backhanded her. And then he fully went in for the kill on Josh. Sean and Joey, as again, I keep saying, they ain't shit. Joey's now saying the reality and truth does hurt. And I was like, there is no reality. There's no reality to what it is that they're trying to do to this man. Like, seriously. None of these people get it. Of course Joey won't get it. Of course Sean won't get it, because now Sean is sitting there in his feelings trying to play victim all over again. So he then goes over to try and grab Josh for a chat, and Josh says, nah, I don't want to talk to you. Should have seen Sean's face. Like, Josh must speak to him now. Like, how dare you say no to me? Josh is like, yeah, no, I want to talk to you. How they're behaving towards Josh is absolutely sickening for real. And if I was in there, I wouldn't want to talk to that dude, innit? So Josh does end up going and having a chat with Sean. You see Ayo and Jessica are watching, and you see most of the Islanders are watching. So Josh and Sean are talking, and Sean is basically saying, try to play off as though tensions are high, but he thinks what he did was lighthearted. Josh basically told him that what he did was uncalled for and that he shouldn't have made the comment. Of course, Sean did not take on board the feelings of Josh, but more so wanted to say his piece and why he violated that man. Because that's what Sean did, violated that man by calling him dumb. And this is the thinking shit that these don't have. They don't have critical thinking when it comes to issues like this at all. They can't see it from the other person's side of how that bullshit will come across. They really can't see it. I said, I don't like Sean and I don't like Joey at all. And Jesse and Matilda might come in close if they keep backing their man's poor behaviours, like seriously. So why does Joey have to come over to the conversation? Can't Sean be a big man and speak to the man by himself? Because it was actually Sean that pulled Josh over to the conversation. Now Josh, bearing in mind, was just talking in his normal voice, weren't raised, weren't nothing, weren't angry or showing any type of ire at all. So why did Sean feel the need to then highlight to Joey what they were talking about? They were literally trying to make Josh sound like he was an angry black man. He actually wasn't. He actually wasn't. So Josh said to Sean, if this is you apologising, then I am not taking it because I don't think you are being sincere. Then Sean has the audacity to tell Joey that Josh is upset when he wasn't. When he wasn't, Josh was calm. Josh was calm. So AL gets up. He must have seen the situation occurring. So AL gets up and goes over to give his friend Josh the backup that he needs. So it's another black man going to the defense of another black man, basically, to make sure that he's okay in that conversation. I think it was Jessica who was saying, oh, well, why is AL going over there? You need critical thinking, my love. Critical thinking. We have two known individuals that keep coming for Josh, yeah, in the way that they're coming for him. And now they're both trying to stand there and paint Josh as this angry black man. So another black man had to step into that gap for the black man that was being attacked by the other two. That's why AL walked over there. That's why AL walked over there. And I applaud him for that. Like, seriously applaud him for that. Josh is right. Sean called him a dummy. And Josh was saying, what am I supposed to do? Laugh that off. Laugh that shit off. You ain't trying to draw me out for real. Like, seriously, you ain't trying to draw me out. Mimii says to Jessica, Sean calling Josh a dummy, he isn't going to take that. And everybody else saw that, but them two dickheads. So now Joey tries to interrupt Josh, as he does, because you know what? Them two snatch each other's ball hairs when it comes to Sean and Joey. They're both dickheads in the same pond at the end of the day. Now, Joey then trying to tell Josh how he should feel about the situation in the fact that Sean called him a dummy and then brought a situation that was dealt with. How does anyone expect Josh to react to that? So all I'm going to say is that in this episode, these microaggressions were fucking me off to hell and back. Like, seriously, they were literally fucking me off. I just couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with this segment of this show at this point in time, because the fucking anger that was roiling in me when Joey kept opening up his mouth to cause consistent bullshit with Josh was doing me head in. So now Joey is trying to say that that Josh is getting so upset about it, but Josh actually wasn't showing no upset at all. Again, Josh was calm, and again, these two boys, Sean and Joey, were trying to tell Josh how he should feel about being called a dummy. This tone policing was twisting me up, because they didn't realise that they were trying to tone police Josh and try to dictate how he should behave, being called what he called. It weren't no sweet roast. Sean completely went for Josh in that game, and what he should have done is apologise fully and say it wouldn't happen again. But you know it's going to happen with these two, because these two follow each other like I don't know what, like, seriously. So Ayo does speak up for Josh, and Josh said it's getting to the point where Sean and Joey are fully antagonising him now, and they literally are. So Joey then turns around and turns it back on himself. Do you know what I mean? Turns it back on himself and says to Josh, well, you've antagonised me more. I'm like, oh, Joey, go cry a false river somewhere. Like, seriously, both of them sitting there literally painting themselves as the victim when they've keep verbally harming this man over and over again. So Josh is right when he says it ain't just me that they're doing it towards. Each time they bring it up, they're bringing up Ayo, they're bringing up Jessica, they're bringing up Mimii. And yes, of course, Sean and Joey still don't get it. But let's put it this way. If the man then, say Josh and Ayo were acting the way that Joey and Sean were towards Joey and Sean, yeah, and kept going for them, and then maybe all the time, there'd be tears up in there, and they will be screaming and painting Ayo and Josh as bullies. But with these two, nobody can see that they're actual bullies, that they're being bullies towards Josh and Mimii. They're being absolute bullies. Their behaviour is disgusting, like seriously, but nobody can see it. So Ayo is basically telling them that each time it's brought up, it's jarring to hear. So before Joey could jump in, Josh says to Ayo, we have had this conversation so many times and it is tedious to keep having the same conversation over and over and over again. So he said, so I was like, so after tonight, Sean and Joey need to shut their little clouts up about this seriously, even though it's in a contract, someone will more than likely get punched. But I think that's what they're trying to angle for. They're literally trying to rile this man to see how far he would wind up and go. That's what they're trying to do. But Josh ain't stupid. He sees what they're doing. So then Joey says, oh, but my rap tonight has not obviously upset you. Josh did get kind of riled at that point, and I was hoping that he'd keep it on a level still, but he didn't. And at that point, he point blank said to Joey, don't patronize me. He says, I can see what you're doing. I can see what you're doing. Don't do that to me. But Joey wouldn't get that Josh can see exactly what it is that he's doing, and hoping Josh will play into it, but he won't, because Joey ain't that fucking slick with it. He ain't that slick with it. As black people, we've been dealing with these types of microaggressions day in, day out. We know how to play the motherfucking role now. Like, seriously, we know exactly how we see these things and how we act and react in certain situations. We know what's called for and what isn't called for, and that's what Josh can see too. Josh ain't stupid. So, again, Sean says, I'm so done with it. And I'm like, well, if you're so done with it, Sean, stop fucking bringing it up every chance you freaking get at the end of the day. Because I swear, Josh will spin you soon enough. Like, seriously, he will spin you soon enough. So Josh was done. He got up and just walked away. I said, I just can't be arsed with it at the end of the day. Josh got vocal in the kitchen. And I'm glad that Matilda and Jessie were overhearing exactly what he said, because they were just sat off to the other side. And Josh was saying, they must think I'm fucking stupid or something. At the end of the day, me and Mimii are squash things, and we dealt with it. We don't need to talk about it anymore. But each time them fuckers keep bringing it up, yeah, it's going to cause a fucking issue, not between me and Mimii, but with everybody else that's involved in the situation or not involved in the situation. They don't seem to get that. They don't seem to get that actually all you're doing, it ain't no jokey thing. All you're doing is upsetting and annoying people with the bullshit now. So I was right in telling Sean and Joey that Josh should be able to feel how he feels at the end of the day. As everybody reacts to things differently, so why can't Josh? And that's exactly what I was saying. That's exactly what I meant right there, sir. They tried to make Josh feel like he was an angry black man and that he had no reason to be upset or angry because they found it funny. Josh should find it funny too. Yeah, nah. So the text came in, and it was Jessie won a night in the hideaway retreat, and I'm like, well, that ain't no prize at all, because that place is always open to them all anyway. And I just thought, at that point, thank God them two can piss off out the room for a night, yeah, and keep away from Josh. They bore me. Jessie and Joey do bore me, and yes, they did have sex in that room that night. They really did. So the daytime came, and Joey is still going on about the talent show and basically saying that it was a joke, basically. And I was just like, well, mate, you didn't get called dumb and then have something that is a sore point thrown in your damn face. So now Sean wants another chat with Josh, it seems like. Josh is making his breakfast and he said he'll come and talk to him after, but he doesn't really want to because he's kind of like, why keep going down this same road, because you both keep doing the same raw thing and I can't be asked to hear your apologies, and that if he's going to apologize again, why should he have to take it? Josh doesn't owe Joey or Sean no grace at all. So Jesse is talking about the hideaway to Jessica and Grace, not realizing Grace and Joey have already been there and done that at the end of the day. So now we have Grace sitting there agreeing with the Joey and Sean, and again Grace was not called dumb and then had it thrown in his face about the terrace and the Mimii. So again, calling Mimii out of her character. None of them have a say on how Josh should take it because it don't impact them at the end of the day. I'm happy that Jessica was sat there and told them, well, she disagreed, because again, they're painting Josh as the angry one when he wasn't. Jessica says that there's so many comments and they keep provoking the situation, so then they can't be shocked when people react. Because the main thing is they keep apologizing and then they do the same shit all over again. And then you see Grace and Jesse agreeing with her, and like, yeah, exactly, because Jessica was not gonna follow that line of freaking disgustingness at the end of the day, because Jessica could see exactly what Joey and Sean were doing, and she wasn't going to feed into that bullshit about how Josh shouldn't have took it that way. Fuck you. Who the fuck are you to tell people how Josh should take something? If Mans was calling me dumb, I'd be mad too. Who the fuck you talking to? Because it sure as hell ain't me. So I was talking to Sean and Joey once again, and for once Sean is quiet, and Joey, being the fug-on leg-on that he goes on about how it was a joke, it was a talent show. I said, do you know what, we're just tired of hearing it, you know what? And when certain people still feel a way about Sean mentioning something, it's going to trigger people. Joey and Sean like to dismiss other people's feelings, let's just put it that way. So Josh was talking to Kieran and Ruben, and he basically said to them that he couldn't care less what Sean or Joey has to say about anything. And I just thought, if I was Josh, I wouldn't talk to them either, because at the end of the day, stop letting these people try and steal your peace. Like, seriously, nothing is worth them trying to steal bits and pieces of you going over the same old bullshit when you know you and Mimii are good. That's all I'm going to say. So Josh ended up calling them the Chuckle Brothers, and basically saying he don't give a fuck about no apology because they are purposely doing it now. And certain people who can't see that Sean and Joey are in the wrong and thinks it's a joke too has no respect for Mimii at all. Like, seriously. So here goes Sean with being the woe is me, playing off as he's innocently doing something, and if he had known Josh would react like that, he would not have said anything. Again, Sean still doesn't get it, or is choosing to not get it. I don't know which one. They are the bad guys. Joey and Sean are the bad guys, not Josh. And I was just thought, even if you did know how Josh was going to react by that, my guy, then just don't say nothing at all. Do you know what I mean? There was no need for Sean to say what he said, because it's more so the fact as well that you called the man a dummy. Come on now. So Sean and Josh have a chat. And I thought, at this point, Joey better keep away from that situation. Sean don't need no mouthpiece. Sean needs to man up, pull up his big boy shorts and have this conversation. So Sean is all down about it and talking about how he feels about the situation and all. Boo-hoo, dude. Like, seriously. I mean, what does he want Josh to do? Sean is the problem, not Josh. So basically Sean is saying that it was not his intention to come across in the way that he did. And I'm just like, these people really think that they should get no consequences for their actions at the end of the day. Josh basically says to Sean, because it's been one too many occasions, he feels that Joey and Sean are trying to get a rise out of him, which they are. Sean said that he's genuinely sorry, and Josh asked him, do you not think about how Mimii would be as well, that she's probably insulted by this shit that he says too? Josh accepts his apology, but only to a point, but says he's accepting it with a pinch of salt. But if it comes up again, Sean has been warned, like honestly warned. So Sean then pulls Mimii, and he said that he wanted to clear the air with her. Again, as Sean talks, he makes it all about him and the fact that he didn't think of anyone else at all within that scenario. Of course he didn't, because he was being selfish. He thought he was being funny. He thought people would take it in a certain way, when in actuality that's not how it landed in the slightest. He was trying to throw rocks and hide his hands, basically, and it didn't work. It got slapped back in his face. So the text comes in, and there've been public rankings. And all I felt was, I hope Jessie and Joey are as low as fuck in these rankings as with Matilda and Sean, because I'm telling you, bad mind people do not prosper, and Joey and Sean have been proper bad mind up in this place. So it was Mimii and Josh hosting, so they have to rank themselves first and then see where the public put them. So the first question was, which couple is the hottest? I said I was going to say Josh and Mimii, Ayo and Jessica, Ruben and Grace. Sean, of course, said that he would put Joey and Jessie up there, and of course Joey put himself first, and I was like, sorry mate, you ain't that hot at all. So where they put themselves, they put in third place Joey and Jessie, they put in second place Mimii and Josh, and they put in first place Ruben and Grace. So the public voted, and actually third place was Joey and Jessie, which was right. Second place was actually Nicole and Kieran, and first place was Mimii and Josh. What I'm talking about. So the next question was, which couple are the most vain? I would have said Joey and Jessie, Sean and Matilda, and probably Grace and Ruben, all because of Grace, really, because she's fucking vain as hell. They ranked themselves. They put in third place Ayo and Jessica. They put in second place Grace and Ruben. They put in first place Joey and Jess. Public says third place they put Matilda and Sean. Second place they put Grace and Ruben. First place they put Jessie and Joey. All of them tried to make being vain something good. They tried to make it mean something else. I says, no, being vain is not a good thing. It seriously isn't, especially how you are vain. How the fuck no, it isn't. So they said, which couple are the most genuine? I would have said Kieran and Nicole, Josh and Mimii, and Ayo and Jessica. So they place themselves. So Grace really tries to dig it in with Mimii and Josh and with the Ayo situation to say why Jessie and Joey should be up there. And Joe really said with chest that he ain't moved mad. I'm like, what? Really? Is he that? Do you know what? He's that delusional. He's. And for Grace to really start digging in now and going against Mimii and Josh's bullshit move on her part. Right? So they place themselves. They put third place Mimii and Josh. They put second place Sean and Matilda. I mean, Sean wanted to put him above Mimii and Josh. Let's just put it that way. He went to second place because he wanted to do that. First place they put Nicole and Kieran. So the public said third place was Jessica and Ayo. And remember, this is which is a couple is the most genuine. Second place, Mimii and Josh. Best believe I laughed and said, fuck you, Sean, get the fuck off that podium right now because you ain't even in the mix. And the first was Nicole and Kieran. I said, yep. So Joey and Sean can go fuck themselves. This is the public voting and we are not on your side. Let's just put it that way. So which couple has the worst dress sense? I would have said Jessie and Joey, Matilda and Sean, and probably Nicole and Kieran. They ranked themselves. They put third Grace and Ruben, second Nicole and Kieran, first Sean and Matilda. But then they changed because Matilda threw a full-on hissy fit. Yeah, so Nicole and Kieran went first and Sean and Matilda went onto the third spot. I still thought Joey and Jessie should be up there, to be fair. The public said third was Jessica and Ayo. But I thought, how? Because their dress sense complements each other. Their dress sense is pretty good. I ain't seen their dress sense be whack in any way, shape or form. But I thought, okay. Second was Jessie and Joey. Get in there. First was Matilda and Sean. Get in there. Which couple has the least sexual chemistry? I said, I think it might be, they might go by Mimii and Josh, Matilda and Sean, Ruben and Grace. So they ranked themselves. Third was Mimii and Josh. Second, they put Ayo and Jessica. First, they put Grace and Ruben. Public said Third, Mimii and Josh. Second, Matilda and Sean. And first, Grace and Ruben. So then the next question was, which couple are most likely to cheat on each other? I would have said Jesse and Joey, Sean and Matilda, and probably Ruben and Grace. They ranked themselves. They put third Matilda and Sean. They put second place Ayo and Jessica, and they put first place Grace and Ruben. The public actually said third was Grace and Ruben. Second, Matilda and Sean. First, Jesse and Joey. I was like, oh, this is just getting good. No one liked that at all. Joey said they may have picked me because of my persona and who I am, and he will prove to the public that he isn't that way. I thought, firstly, mate, it was easy in how you got rid of Sam for Grace, doing bits when yous were still together, yeah, and then how you disgrace for Jesse, again doing bits with Jesse while you and Grace were still together, and then you trying to do bits with Lola, and then you want to say it's because of your persona and who you are. Who the fuck does Joey think he is? Like, seriously, because he's not an A-lister celebrity at the end of the day. Come on now. So it said, which couples are staying together to win? I would have said Sean and Matilda, Grace and Ruben, and Jesse and Joey. They ranked themselves, and basically Josh was coming up with the right logic. It basically should go the opposite of those that were ranked in the public for the most genuine. I agreed with Josh. Everybody else agreed with Josh. Yeah. So Sean and Joey had something to say about it. But Sean was not making any points but noise. Even Kieran had to agree on the logic that Josh was sharing, because it would be the opposite of those the public said that were genuine couples, basically. So Joey had to be really sarcastic and say, oh, let's go by what Josh said. As always, he's right. I thought, this man is fucking me off. So Josh said, how come everyone else understands my logic but you two? And again, Josh knocks them down because it's pure silence, because Josh basically called Joey and Sean dumbasses because they literally couldn't understand the logic. I don't understand why they couldn't understand the logic of what Josh was saying. So Joey really thought he could come for Mimii again and Josh. He actually said, you know, when Mimii went to the terrace to try and get Ayo, and this time Mimii had to tear Joey down. She turned to Ayo and said, did that shit happen? And Ayo went, no, we've both had these conversations about shit. Let it the fuck go. So Mimii said to Joey, you are actually pissing me off now because you are a dickhead. I was like, Mimii, give it to them. Don't let them think that you won't rise up, because Joey needs to shut his mouth. And you see Jessie standing by his side with her head down and tapping Joey to get him to stop. I'm like, this is how I know this man is fully jealous of Josh and Mimii, because the public love them. This man is jealous of how Josh and Mimii are being ranked right now because we love them. So they put third place Mimii and Josh, they put second place Jesse and Joey, and they put first place Matilda and Sean. Joey still kept going on to Mimii when they were on the podiums, and Mimii said to him, you're pissing me off, now shut your mouth. Joey tried to throw the secret mission thing up again for why Mimii and Josh was on the podium. Mimii had to tell him, you know what, I could tell you about yourself and how you have moved in here, but have I? That shut Joey right up. And then Jessie lovingly put her head on his shoulder. And I'm like, my girl, you say you have respect and all of this for Mimii, but you don't speak up for her. Jessie doesn't speak up for her, especially when Joey's going for her. The disrespect that he's showing to this black queen is off the fucking charts. Yet, not Grace, not Matilda, not Jessie is speaking up for her. The only persons in that place is speaking up for her is Josh, is Ruben, is Ayo, is Jessica. And Kieran, and Nicole, actually. Yeah, and Kieran and Nicole. They're the only ones that are speaking up for them. So the public said in third place, Nicole and Kieran. In second place, Matilda and Sean. In first place, Grace and Ruben. So the next one is which couple least likely to work on the outside? I would have said Grace and Ruben, as Grace don't really want to be with Ruben. Jesse and Joey, And I'll probably say Matilda and Sean, because he will get annoying after a while. They rank themselves. Sean, Joe, Matilda are getting on my tits, because they're really making me annoyed with how they're carrying on. Joey really said he doesn't think Jessie would fit in his life as he is busy. So Josh asked Jessie, what does she do? And Jessie said, well, she works a 9 to 5. Joey believed that Jessie would follow him wherever he is, because he lives part of his life in Dubai. And he couldn't see where Josh was going with that line of questioning, because Josh was basically saying, but Jessie has a life where she is. She has a life and works a 9 to 5. So how the fuck are you trying to say that, you know what, in one breath, she ain't going to fit in your life because you're busy, busy, busy. And then in the next breath, saying, oh, well, she will follow where I am. The fuck she will. But hey, oh. So they put themselves in position and put third Matilda and Sean, second Joey and Jessie, first Grace and Ruben. The public said third was Jessica and Ao, and they were like, oh, okay. Second was Joey and Jessie, and first was Grace and Ruben. Grace looked proper triggered by that one, because we know she doesn't want Ruben. And by the reunion, I reckon them two won't be together anyway, and I will be very shocked if they are. So then a text comes in, and Josh reads out that basically Grace and Ruben were dumped from the island for being the most likely couple not to work on the outside. I thought, oh, there you go. Now they have to pack their bags and they can test it out for real then, can't they? And that's where that episode ended. I'll be back in quick succession with the next episode. As I always ask, please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that notification button so you know I'm on doing videos. Please comment, like, share, and do all the good things that you do. And I'll be back across your screens very, very soon. Peace out.